Welcome back to Module 2 with me, all you do-it-yourselfers. So now we're going to go over the very short list, which is wonderful news for all of us that do stuff ourselves right, so it doesn't get to be too complex. In this materials module, we're going to cover basically 5 items. I know that there's only 4 bullet points there, but we've got this number 50 silica sand hanging out here by itself that I didn't list as number 5, but that's it, and that's going to make it really simple, easy, and nice. First and foremost though, realize that by my putting you out there into the marketplace to gather up these bulk items is going to save you shipping and handling money. It's going to save you money also on purchasing a pre-packed dry mix, which you could purchase. There's a gazillion of them out there. You could go to any of your hardware stores and find just a plethora, an assortment of different dry pack, concrete, patching, surfacing, micro, whatever products that are offered in the marketplace out there at your local hardware stores. But these raw material items that we're providing for you are the basics of where all of these other pre-pack mixes all began anyway. And so we're kind of really taking it back a couple of decades to where things really began, and we've discovered that using those raw materials as they once originated are the best. And the key to your success in making this resurfacing project really become a long-term and long-term, long-lasting project is going to be the additive, the polymeric additive that we have right here that we're going to provide for you and ship out to you is going to be your only real big expense item that is going to be a part of this bulk purchasing process that you're going to go through at your local suppliers. So beyond the polymeric additive, which is magical, I'll have you know, we need to spend a little bit of time on this and really let you know that over 35 years we have seen on an average of 1 in 500 projects that will have some isolated failure. And I didn't say this at all in some of our other sales video clips, but this is important for you to know that the success ratio is extremely high and extremely favorable for you as a do-it-yourselfer. So I put that out there for your confidence so that you know that you've got a real high-grade, super quality, old school product that's sold in bulk size and raw material that's been around for decades of time. So this is going to be the magical ingredient for you that's going to make this project from start to finish and for years to come become a long-lasting, durable, tough, amazingly tough surface. And even I'm astounded at how long these projects have lasted here in the Northwest, where the climate is just so extremely harsh. The temperature swings can be 50 degrees in a 24-hour period. For those of you that live in those types of climates, it may even swing more where you're in a more humid area where that factor comes into play. But I just know that in the desert elevation that we are at about 3,000 feet above sea level, that it's just phenomenal how these things have held up. So the polymeric additive that we're selling you is bar none, top grade, top drawer, best of the best. So rest assured, you're getting one of the best, if not the best. So next on our product list here is the sand. And there's 2 grades that you'll be using. One is 20, which is a much heavier granule. These are all crushed and screened grades of sand. The / 4095 just simply means now that the number 20 has been translated in their packaging to a new number. You won't see the 20 anymore, most likely, with the product that you'll be finding. This is more commonly used now as a standard. Then the number 50, or the 4010, silica sand is what you're going to use for your finish and final coat on your resurfacing project. So these are common. You'll be able to find these also at your hardware, block, and stone suppliers out there. And then second to last is the lime. Lime is going to be a common product that you'll find at your hardware suppliers or your block or stone manufacturers and suppliers locally. And then the Portland cement, of course, is a huge key part of giving the strength and the consistency, the hardening that's going to take place in the cycle, the heat cycle, the reaction that takes place between the water and the cement powder is going to be key to getting your strength that you need in the end result of your resurfacing project. It's the Portland Type 1-2 that you're going to be looking for, and that product is also going to be all encompassing right along with your lime, right along with your cement. They should be right in that same category and aisle if you go down in your hardware store, all in the cement and concrete products aisle. So that's it. Isn't that wonderful? That keeps things very simplified, and it keeps things streamlined. And so now what we'll do is we'll show you the product name and the packaging, weights, and what you can look for when you're out there in the marketplace yourself. And once again, refer to your PDF. We didn't get that here, but let's make that a note, right? Let's look in your PDF file that you're going to find all the details if you wanted to try to purchase this online. I don't know that you'd be saving any money that way, but I guess that may be an option. But otherwise, the details of the product are all in that one sheet, and also in the materials PDF you're going to find the pricing of all those products and what we consider the fair market price pretty much across the country will all be tidied up there in one page so you can see how the cost breakdown is made. So let's go into describing and showing to you in detail all of these raw materials and products. When we conclude with that, we'll be going right into module number 3, where we're going to get into the hands-on part of this project, where we are going to be doing the site preparation. So we'll see you there. Okay, so at the top of the list here is the magic potion that goes in your mixture, the polymeric additive. This is going to give you the strength and adhesion and the binding strength that's going to be needed for your project to give you some longevity and strength and wearability. Next coming up here is the sand, which will be an integral part of the strength that goes into the mixture, number 20, or now as it's known more commonly as 4095. Quartz sand is what you'll be using in your patch mix. This is a little bit closer up look at the size of the granule, which gives it a little bit more body for filling in larger areas. Now is the number 50 or 4010 silica sand. This is what's going to be used in your finish coat. And this will give it a little bit more smooth finish, but yet still be a non-skid finish as well. So you can see here the granule size is much smaller. Next is the lime, that's going to give you a little bit of added adhesion and workability for when you trowel down the product, both the patch mix and the finish mix. And last but not least is the Portland Type 1-2 cement powder that you'll be putting in both your patch and resurfacing mixtures. And this Wholesome brand is the lighter color shade of gray that we find in the marketplace, and this product will give you the strength and the color disposition for the end product when you are completed. You'll measure out both your Portland cement and your lime in this 2.5 quart measuring cup, and then your polymeric additive you will measure out in 1 gallon or 2 gallon quantities in this 10-quart measuring cup. All of it combined will be all mixed together in the 5-gallon plastic bucket container. Then if you would just keep your site clean, put down a ground cloth or a tarp, that way you can avoid all the overspray and splatter and spills. And this concludes all of those items necessary for your materials list. Okay, so that was pretty short and painless, right? So that's concluding module number 2 on the materials side of this training. So this is where it gets exciting. We're going to go into module number 3 now, where that's going to take us into doing the preparation of our project. And this is where you can get hands-on now and down and dirty and get something done here now that we've got all the preparations out of the way. So I will see you there in module 3.